Today we're going to just look at a small section of the trail from Grosse Scheidegg down the Schwarzwaldalp. Grosse Scheidegg, which means big separation point in German, because prior to the coming of railways and the introduction of tourism to the area, Grosse Scheidegg provided access for local livestock and dairy farmers to the important export route to Italy over the Grimsel Pass. So they went from Grindelwald over the Grosse Scheidegg to Grimsel Pass down into Italy. With the coming of the railways, though, the importance of the pass as a trade route disappeared, and the Kleine Scheidegg completely took over the tourism visitors because of the train going up to top of Europe. It's the pass is between Schwarzhorn. When you're facing Meiringen, it's on the left, and Wetterhorn on the right, about 6,437 feet or 2,000 meters. So you go up from 1,000 meters in Grindelwald to 2,000 meters. So it's about a 1,000 meter up. It's closed to the road is closed to most traffic, except for locals and people that have a permit to drive it, or the PostBus. And it is one of the most scenic bus rides, I think, in the world. We're going to see a short bit of it, probably from Alpine bus stop over the Grosse Scheidegg back down to Grindelwald. The bus operates between May and October, although this year it opened 2 weeks late because of so much snow. There's 4 to 10 buses a day, depending on the time of year and the section of the route. For the Meiringen side, which is opposite the Grindelwald side, the approach to the pass runs through the valley of the Reichenbach stream above Reichenbach Falls, which is best known as the place of the last fight between Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. You can visit the falls from the pass road or by using the Reichenbach Fall funicular from the bottom of the valley. And there is a Berg Hotel, restaurant and hotel, right at the summit of Grosse Scheidegg. Starting in late August, the blueberries and raspberries and cranberries are ripe in these upper altitudes. The south and southeast slopes are the best, so Grosse Scheidegg is perfect. The blueberries start right from the top, but they get thicker about 300 meters down. Shortly before the first bus stop, Alpine, going down the Schwarzwald side, the cranberries start to get plentiful also. Raspberries are around, but they're harder to find because the animals like to eat not only the berries, but the plants also. These three berries, the raspberries, cranberries, and blueberries, are some of the most tasty, health benefit inducing berries you can find. Now, the wild blueberries up here are smaller than what you'll find in the stores, but they sometimes have they're always richer in antioxidants. One handful, about a cup, gives you 24% of your vitamin C recommended daily allowance, 36% of vitamin K, 25% of manganese, 4 grams of water, and has only about 85 calories with 15 grams of carbohydrates. But so calorie, this makes an excellent source and very nutrient dense. They actually have the highest antioxidant capacity of all popular fruits and vegetables. Flavonoids appear to be the antioxidant with the greatest impact. Several studies suggest that blueberries and blueberry juice reduce DNA damage, which is a leading driver of aging and cancer. So they're anti-aging, anti-cancer. The antioxidants in blueberries have also been shown to reduce Risk factor for heart disease by preventing oxidative damage to the bad LDL cholesterol, which is what builds up on your veins, on the inside of your veins. Regular blueberry intake also can lower your blood pressure. It's been found in many studies. The antioxidants in blueberries seem to benefit your brain by adding brain function and delaying mental decline. Several studies indicate that blueberries have anti-diabetes effects, improving insulin sensitivity and lowering blood sugar levels. One study suggests that blueberries may aid muscle recovery after strenuous exercise. So grab some blueberries to take home. Now, like cranberries, blueberries also contain substances that can prevent certain bacteria from binding to the wall of your bladder, which may help urinary tract infections. Which brings us to cranberries, which in these high areas start to be ripe the 1st to 4th week of September. Check the sunny hills beside trees and outcroppings for the most ripe ones and for the highest concentration of them. Cranberries are more than just good for you. They're tart. They are a real superfood with wide-ranging health benefits. I'll put a couple links under this so you can go to if you're interested in getting the details. But cranberries have shown to improve your oral health, fight urinary infections, exert anti-cancer effects, and boost the immune system. I actually have found that regular daily consumption of cranberries or cranberry juice eliminates pain from diverticulitis, which can be quite painful, and there's really no cure for it except for surgery or antibiotics, and you can't be on antibiotics all the time. So cranberry juice, it works for me. They have lots of trials that it's effective at killing several type of bacterias. One that causes gastritis, peptic ulcers, and even stomach cancer. So make sure you get some berries on your way, and when you start to get into Grindelwald, you'll notice some of the oldest chalets are on this end of town because there were two big fires that went through. One was in 1880 and one was in 1940. The one in 1880 was devastating. It left 400 people homeless. I think it burned about 120 houses in a very short amount of time. The foehn wind was causing sparks to go as far as 2 and 3 kilometers away and land on people's wooden shingled roofs, which were dry for about 3 weeks, and burn them too. So yeah, but you'll see chalets up here from late 1600s, early 1700s. Grindelwald itself, they have found traces of Neolithic settlements. That was 10 to 12,000 years ago. They found some Roman era coins also in the area, and it was first mentioned in around the time Switzerland was founded. It was first mentioned in 1146, and the first church was built right around the same time. So there's quite an old history here. The church in town, this last one was built in 1793, but it was built basically on the foundations of the first one that was put up in the 1100s, 1180. Tourism didn't really start here till the late 1700s, but it became internationally famous very, very quickly. And then in the 1800s, Englishmen started coming to climb the Alpine peaks, and the English actually brought downhill skiing to the area, to Wengen. And the first road was built in the 1860s, and the railway reached the village by 1890, which made it hugely accessible to tourists. The first real resort opened in 1888, and by 1889 there were 10 hotels, and by 1914 there were 33 hotels. Kleine Scheidegg Railway was first built in 1893, and the trip to Jungfraujoch, which is a very interesting story in itself, and I've got something else on that I'll put a link to, was in 1912. And you'll notice we have a lot of construction going on now for the new V-Bahn, which will be partially, the Mannlichenbahn will be open this winter, and V-Bahn I think is scheduled for next summer, which is be pretty exciting to have all this new lift infrastructure and big new parking and everything. So keep coming back.